Hey everybody, welcome to I Command TV Boy here, and it is spoiler time for Season 6. That's right. We are going into the spoilers being released on the IACP website for the upcoming Season 6, which is going to be releasing at the end of July. And I'm going to go over some of them. We've got quite a few cards to look at already in the first 2 days of spoilers. Before that, I just want to do some quick updates, community updates. On July 11th, this past weekend, we had the final VST, or Vassal Seasonal Tournament for Season 5, and that was attended by 8 players. And they just finished the Swiss rounds. I know they're going to do the top cut, but I kind of want to just read off what the players were playing, since we're not going to be doing any video coverage of this tournament, unfortunately. At 3-0, we had Isaac finishing at the top with 2 Elite Sentry Droids, Iden Versio, Director Krennic, 2 Elite Death Troopers, Zillow Technique, Rule by Fear, and Advanced Comm Systems. Then coming in at the 2-1 score, we have at the top, at second place, Derek with IG-11, Forlom, Targeting Computer, Hondo, Afra, Jawa, or Elite Jawa, Gideon, R2-D2, 3PO, Beast Tamer, and Temporary Alliance. Also 2-1 playing Empire is Emilio, who is playing 2 Elite Heavy Stormtroopers, one with Suppressive Fire, one with the General's Ranks, Captain Taro, Elite ISB Infiltrators, an E-Web with Overwatch attached, Regular Officer, Zillow Technique, and Rule by Fear. And then 2-1 was Blade with his list that he's been running quite a bit. Darth Vader with Driven by Hatred, Captain Taro, Agent Callus, Iden Versio, 2 officers, Unshakable, Rule by Fear, and Zillow Technique. Then rounding out the last half of the roster, we had Kyle Bossum, who's playing ISB Infiltrators, 2 Elite Heavy Stormtroopers, one with Targeting Computer and one with General's Ranks, BT1, an officer, Heavy Fire, Zillow Technique, Rule by Fear, Advanced Comm Systems. Then we had Morgan playing Scum, who was playing Dengar, 2 regular Claudites, HK-47, Mern, Dr. Afra, Zuckus, Temporary Alliance, and R2-D2. Christian, who played Elite Weakways, Sabine, Hondo, Jabba, Afra, Elite Jawa, C-3PO, R2-D2, Black Market, and Temporary Alliance. And Joey, who was playing 2 Elite Wookiee Warriors, Garkon, Mara Jade, Fury of Kashyyyk, 2 extra armors, R2-D2, and Gideon. So congratulations to those players. And by the way, if you want to play in one more tournament for Season 5, we do have a free tournament coming up. That's going to be happening on July 24th on Vassal. We're going to be giving away this sweet double-sided Extra Armor Heavy Fire promo card from Worlds 2019 to the winner. And if it's your first tournament that you've played for Season 5 on Vassal, or if you played in the tournament on July 11th, we're letting players choose one of these sweet promo cards that they can take home. It'll be sent to you. You just email iacontinuityproject@gmail.com. Follow the link. Go to iacontinuityproject.com to sign up to do that, and you can win these sweet prizes and play one more tournament for Season 5. All right, one more thing before we go on to the Season 6 spoilers. We do have to mention there have been some new steering committee members added. So actually, one of them, Josh Songer, was added back in April of 2021, and there is a intro article for him on the page. And then just recently, Morgan G joined the steering committee. That actually happened a while ago, right about when I left the steering committee. And he's got an article up there that just got posted. So go ahead and take a look at that. See who's on your steering committee guiding the IACP project. Both players, great design sense. I fully backed their addition to the steering committee after I left. So welcome to Josh and Morgan. All right, it is time for Season 6. Let's take a look at what we have got going on. So Monday, Welcome to Season 6 article was released. There was a special announcement for this article that they are going to be changing how keywords are used. So the keywords Professional, which lets you reroll a die, Efficient Travel, which lets you ignore movement points for difficult terrain, and Priority Target, which lets you ignore line of sight blocking from figures. Those are all going to be added to the upper section of the abilities bar on figures. So that is going to be shorthanded just like mobile and massive are. And we also got a spoiler. So this is a new version of the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian did have a card released in season 4 that was based on his season 1 TV show appearance. This is based on his most recent appearance in season 2. Minor spoilers, by the way, I'll have to put that in the thing, but he has a jetpack in season 2. I believe he got that at the end of season 1. So this is representing that he now has a jetpack. He no longer has a flamethrower. And we can look at this. He is 10 points. He has mobile, +1 block on defense. He has the professional keyword, so he can reroll when he's attacking, surge for +2 damage, and surge for +2 accuracy and pierce 1. He has 16 health, 5 speed. He has a ranged attack of blue, green, red, and a black defense dice. He is a hunter guardian vehicle. So his abilities are quested. You may decrease the cost of Clan of 2 by 1. If you do during setup, you may attach that card. You must attach that card to this group. Protective Fire. After an attack targeting another friendly unique figure within 3 spaces resolves, you may interrupt or perform an attack targeting the attacker, limit once per round. And then as a special action, he has Beskar Spear. So I think that is a spoiler for Season 2. Move up to 2 spaces, then perform a melee attack using your attack pool. This attack gains reach and pierce 2. So pretty sweet. As a reminder, the Clan of 2 card was an attachment that came out in Season 4 that gives the figure it's attached to Baby Yoda, which can heal once 1 damage a turn or remove a harmful condition. And you can also basically deplete the Baby Yoda to remove an attack die from the opponent's attack pool, and they also become weakened. So very strong defensive card, and he gets it for free. This card looks really strong, super high health, and a defense bonus. Along with the recover 1, he's going to be very hard to kill. He's also Guardian, so he's got cards like Iron Will that are going to be making him very defensive. I think he's not quite as strong as Boba at 13 points. He doesn't have the flamethrower, which can deal a ton of damage and strain and weaken to a bunch of figures. He does have a way to deal an extra attack each round, but it's conditional on the opponent. So this seems like a really good figure for basically being a meat shield for all of your other figures, because your opponent's not going to want to attack your other figures as long as Mando's around to protect them. So pretty sweet Queen Piece figure for the Mandalorian. We're going to move on here to a new card that was actually spoiled on Sunday during the Vassal Seasonal Tournament on Discord, and I think this card is going to have major implications for list building for mercenary lists, actually, even more so than this Mandalorian card. The card we're looking at here is Bib Fortuna. So this is actually Jabba's right-hand man, Cunning Major Domo. So let's read him off. He is 3 points for a smuggler leader. He's got 5 health, speed 3, 2 green range attack, and a black defense dice. He's got +1 accuracy, surge for +2 damage, surge for +1 accuracy, and pierce 1. And now his abilities are Dirty Dealing. You cannot be included in the same army as any Rebel deployment cards. And then as a special action, Bartered Information. Choose another friendly scum figure within 2 spaces. Then you may spend 1 VP to choose another such figure. Each chosen figure becomes focused. And then Illicit Income. When you gain VPs from a non-mission ability, gain 1 extra VP. Limit once per round. So yeah, this card is very important because, as a lot of you longtime Skirmish players will know, and even new Skirmish players, when you play a Scum army, you are pretty much expected to bring Temporary Alliance or an Elite Jawa to bring in C-3PO and Gideon or R2-D2. That's just kind of how it's always been. Scum has always been borrowing from Rebels. Even if they bring Jabba as a focus and card draw engine, they still have to bring usually C-3PO into the list. And with this card, he is a super strong support figure, like 3 points to get up to 2 focuses around, and then you're also getting 1 extra VP per round, most likely, if you're playing a victory point manipulation list. For just 3 points, this is incredible, but you cannot run him with any Rebel figures. Yeah, this card is going to really shake up mercenary list building. I can see this being run with Jabba. So just to kind of clarify this Bartered Information, it's pretty much the same as like C-3PO, except it can reach out to 2 spaces. But then you can, if you spend a victory point, you can choose one other figure that's scum within 2 spaces. You can focus twice. So with Bib Fortuna and Jabba in a list, you can get up to 3 focuses as long as you are having a way to get victory points on round 1. So that would be something like Rebel Graffiti, or maybe a card like First Strike as a skirmish upgrade that gives you victory points at the start of the round. It gives your opponent victory points too, but I think the idea here is you're going to have ways to spend them that your opponent can't use. So yeah, I think this card is really exciting for mercenaries. I think people that are scum players that are tired of having to bring rebel figures in their list just to have a good support package are going to be really excited for this card alongside Jabba the Hutt in their mercenary lists. And you know, I said, that's funny, I said Rebel Graffiti, but you can't use that with this because, of course, Sabine is a rebel figure. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting with list building and mercenaries. All right, let's move on to the last 2 spoilers that we got on Tuesday. And the first one is the Snow Troopers. So these are an elite figure deployment card, 3 figures, 11 points with a 4-point figure cost per figure for a trooper with 7 health, speed 4, and a blue, green, yellow attack pool with black defense dice. So that's a 3 dice attack pool. They have efficient travel, surge for pierce 2, surge for +2 and weaken, and surge for focus. And they have a special action, which is Disruptor Rifle. And this is the same ability that the first Mandalorian card in Season 4 has, which is perform an attack after this attack resolves. If it did not miss and the target has suffered damage equal to its health -1, the target suffers 1 damage. So basically what that means is if the Snowtrooper attacks somebody and after the attack resolves they have 1 health left, this will deal the last damage to them and it's unpreventable. Then they have spiked boots. You cannot be pushed out of your space except by massive figures. And immune. You cannot gain harmful conditions. So this is really cool. First of all, the big upgrade from the previous Elite Snowtroopers, which I think were 10 points and a 3-point figure cost, but just had a blue-yellow attack die, I think. Or no, blue-green. These have a 3 dice attack, and they have that nice Disruptor Rifle ability, which is really good against Zillow technique, but against some other things as well. Spiked Boots is really good. It means they can't be pushed, which is quite strong, but you can still push them with your massive figures like ATSTs if you're doing that kind of thing. And then immune is just super good. So I love that they actually gave it immune with a special action to attack, because that means you can use something like To the Limit with this figure to perform an attack and then play To the Limit, which is a 0-point command card that gives you an extra action after you perform a special action, but then you immediately become stunned. But because they won't become stunned, they can play To the Limit and still be able to move with that 3rd action. So that's pretty sweet. 11 points is high though. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how well these do. This is 3 dice attacks though in 1 activation, so I wouldn't be surprised if these end up being quite strong. And then the last one we have is actually a new squad upgrade. So to remind people, from Season 4 is when squad upgrades came out. This is actually a attachment that can go onto a deployment card and adds another figure to that deployment. So this is a Flame Trooper. It is a 5-point attachment. It creates a figure that is a trooper heavy weapon. It has 9 health, 4 speed, has a ranged attack of green and red, and a black defense die. It has priority target, that's a keyword now, surge for +2 damage, +2 accuracy and weaken, and surge for blast 1. And by the way, this can only be attached to a non-unique Imperial Trooper group with 2 figures. So you cannot attach this to like a Stormtrooper group to make it a 4-figure group. And that seems really smart. The abilities it has are Incinerate. So after resolving an attack, each figure that suffered damage since this attack was declared suffers 1 strain. Then if the attack did not miss, place a Napalm token in the target space. What is a Napalm token? Well, let's find out in just a second. Second ability is Fireproof. You cannot suffer strain. You are unaffected by your own blast and abilities with Flamethrower in their name. and you are not affected by napalm tokens. So to clarify, first of all, what is a napalm token? So it's actually explained here in the article. Napalm token is much like a rubble token from Heart of the Empire, and it says a space containing this token is difficult terrain. When a figure enters or starts its activation in the space, that figure suffers 2 strain. So that is nasty. So basically, if you move through it, you're going to take a bunch of strain. But if the Flame Trooper attacks a figure that hasn't activated yet, it's going to deal a bunch of strain to it on top of the strain from Incinerate. This card seems very strong to me. Interestingly enough, Fireproof means that you can't use this with Krennic, because Krennic says you must suffer a strain to use the ability, and that means it's a cost, and this can't pay that cost. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I wonder if they did that, if that is going to help balance it a little more, but this seems quite powerful to me. It's cool that it's not affected by flamethrower abilities, and I think it's might be a little confusing, but it says your own blast, so you can blast with this and still not deal damage to itself, and then it's not affected by any abilities that have flamethrower in their name. So that includes like Captain Taro has the flamethrower ability, wrist flamethrower on Mandalorian, as well as Boba Fett. So this is completely immune to all of that damage from those abilities, which is sweet. So yeah, this looks quite strong. 5 points seems fair though. Like if this was 4 points, I think it would be too high. Definitely gonna have to look up the squad upgrade rules again, because it's gonna be interesting having this on like a Jet Trooper group where they cost 4 and this costs 5, but I believe all the rules are clarified. So yeah, so those are all the spoilers so far. Hope you guys are enjoying the season 6 spoilers. I am quite enjoying it quite a bit, since I have not seen or talked about these cards until like this weekend when I helped put together some of these card images. But these are all really new to me, so I have not had a chance to test them or anything, and I'm excited to see how they do. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you later.